What up, folks? Another night. It's beautiful tonight. The weather's perfect. It's been hot for the past few days. But at night, it cools off, or at least that's what it's doing now. And this is where I get most of my messages and inspiration and words of encouragement that I wish, well, I don't wish because I got so much of that. And I'm getting so much of that through my journey. And for me to be able to retain a lot of what I learned and pass it on, along with outlining the experiences that I had been dealing with, I'm eternally grateful to be able to do this. So today I want to talk about an interesting subject. I'm blown away by nature. But anyway, I'm going to describe a situation that I am currently in the midst of. And I want people to understand that this is all a part of the process. I spoke about healing pain and the fact that once you make up your mind that you want to go a different route after you've endured life and some of the challenges that go along with it, the courage to want to get better is great, but what stops a lot of people is not understanding that there's pain that goes along with the healing process as well. So for those of you who have crossed that bridge and you're on the other side of healing, meaning you've come out of your challenge, you are renewed. You don't just feel renewed, you are renewed. And you're understanding that there's so much great life ahead of you because it's owed to you. Really, it is, because when we enter in to these life challenges, we never know the outcome. Most of the time, we never know what they entail. We never know when they're coming. We just understand 6 months to a year into it that we are in need of serious help. So we do what we can to get our help. We talk to people. We pray. We begin to isolate ourselves. We find or look for anything that we can find to get our energy up to a point where we can just live life day to day. And with help, with prayer, with meditation, with spiritual practices, with faith, we make it out of that and we feel great because the accomplishment is overwhelming. And then, you might go a few weeks, a month or two, and you have all these great things that you want to do with your life, and you're happy about it. You can turn over a new leaf. You've literally changed your life. But then you find yourself in this position of what I call the middle. The hurt is behind you. You are on your way to healing and feeling good. You wake up every morning and you're thankful. You're beginning to enjoy life again. You're beginning to find out what it really is like to have consecutive days in a row where you don't complain about nothing, where you're not crying out of anguish and pain, but sometimes you find yourself crying because you know that you've overcome. Your heart is still tender, and you're very particular about the energy that's around you. You're very leery about being around certain individuals because you know that even though you care about them and you want them to be good and you want the best for them, you still want to keep a bit of a distance because that energy feels a lot like what you just passed through. And you know there's good things coming for you. You just don't know how or when. And then discomfort can slowly seep in. And then you begin to reflect and you understand how grateful you are. And your mind wants this next chapter to begin. But sometimes the spirit, God, whatever it is, you actually feel it holding you back. And the reason it's discomfort to you is because you're ready to get on with this new thing. You're ready to see what's going to happen. I'm right there with y'all. I'm right there with y'all. Just hold what you got. Continue to understand that what you went through was for a reason. What you went through, many people wouldn't have survived, but you did. You got to the point where you can listen to me talk about it. You got to the point where you can pull up some Eric Thomas on YouTube. You can pull up some You Are Creators. You can pull up some Neville Goddard. And you can pull up some Eckhart Tolle. Is that his name? Eckhart? I think it's Eckhart Tolle. It could be different. You can go and listen to Michael Beckwith, and you can hear all the things that is keeping your frequency where it's supposed to be, but you're still like, okay, where's the blessings at? Well, my friend, the blessings are there. Don't ever doubt that they're not. You've worked too hard to not have them. But you're just in the middle right now. And the spirit is probably holding you back for a reason. There's only so much you could take right now. And you've dealt with so much trauma that to thrust you into all the goodness that you see in your mind that you've been praying for, technically you're ready to deal with it, but emotionally you may need a little bit more time. Because if you're given too much, too quick, you won't necessarily know how to deal with it. And you can, have situations where you could possibly lose certain things, which will put you back where you just came from. So you get things little by little, and I think it's great that it's designed that way. The more you appreciate things that you have, the more you'll begin to have more things to appreciate. I'm learning that this very second. It feels good to sometimes have nothing to do. Not because you don't want to do, not because you're lazy, but because you're being trained, you're being held back, you're being paced to wear the crown properly, to be the champion correctly, to help others fight their war valiantly.